Let's go, girls. Get in here. Shake the lead out. Okay. Now, Hollywood Vibe. Last week. You did an okay job. I thought it could have been better. Moving on. This week, we are going to Fire and Ice right here in Pittsburgh.
Yay!
And I have a reputation to uphold. It's much more difficult to walk in and compete against people you know than a bunch of strangers. Okay, let's get to the pyramid. I hate to do this, but Kendall, you are back on probation.
That's ridiculous, Abby. What more do you want from her?
Your head is distended. Your shoulders are hunched. Your rib cage is open.
Are you kidding me? You're kidding me, right?
No, she doesn't make the corrections. I have been telling her since the audition about her posture, and it has not improved once.
Jill, careful what you wish for. You're always demanding more special parts and attention for Kendall. Well, you're back on probation, so you got it.
I can't even believe it. You know what? You should be on probation, not my daughter.
Kendall is on the bottom of the pyramid. Unfortunately, I don't have a picture of Jill. If I would, she would be the one that's there. Learn something, Jill. You are on my last nerve.
I don't even know why I'm here. You had nothing nice to say to her since the second we got here. You know what, Abby? She does a lot right.
She turns like a top. But that's what's good. I don't need to fix that. I was not surprised in the least by Jill's reaction. I was devastated by Kendall's reaction. I certainly don't wake up in the morning to intentionally hurt a child's feelings.
There's a lot of studios out there who would love what she does right. And you know what, Abby? We are going to one of those studios. I'm not putting up with this crap anymore. We're done. That's it. You know what, honey? She doesn't appreciate you. I'll take you where someone appreciates you.
It makes me sick to think that Abby would do this to a little girl who is working so hard.
We'll go where they will treat you with respect. They'll give you great numbers. They might even let you do a solo or two.
This is disgusting to me, and I'm not putting up with it anymore. It's over.
I don't want to go. I love to dance.
Next, Paige. You were on the top, now you're obviously not. You couldn't remember the trio. Unacceptable. Next, Brooke. Brooke, this whiny, mopey teenager crap has to stop. You are the role model. Do me a favor, just smile. Mackenzie, the tricks are stronger, they're better, but you need a few ballet classes. Next we have Chloe. Once again, nice clean performance. Maddie, you redeemed yourself. No stupid mistakes.
Maddie and Chloe, you know, neck and neck. Same old story, different day.
And, deservedly so for the first time, Nia is on top of the pyramid.
It's been a long time coming. I didn't think I would ever live to see this day.
You were on top of this pyramid because of your hard work and your determination all week long. To me, that's sometimes more important than any trophy, and you shined. Your mother isn't always here, but she does make sure that you're here. And you can see the improvement.
I'm very happy I'm on the top of the pyramid this week. Yay.
No.
Hello.
What's happening? We haven't even started the pyramid yet, and already those moms are marching in here ready to attack me.
So they're concerned again, so we're here, and you guys...
What are they concerned about?
They didn't get the right answer why you were in that competition.
Oh.
Abby keeps leaving us in the lurch. We need to know if she is committed to this team and will be there at nationals for us and the girls.
After we were in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, and I had to deal with Kathy. I can no longer put myself in a position to behave badly. And I think, do I go to this place where these horrible people are doing everything they can to bring me down and to make me lose my cool when, Kelly, you showed up in Orlando and I was sitting in a seat watching the competition when the 2 of 3 judges looked over at me and saw the spectacle.
You wouldn't have made a spectacle if you would have just let me sit down. I didn't want to make a spectacle.
Well, you did.
No,
And-
you did, because you wouldn't move.
I don't have to move, Kelly. There were 1,000 seats.
And I
Common
didn't have
sense.
to find another seat, Abby.
You should
Why is
never
it
have
okay that
asked
you don't
me.
have to do things
You
and I
should
do?
have-
Who made you, like, Princess Abby?
Abby Lee Dance Company. It's all about me.
Yeah, well, we weren't at Abby Lee Dance Company. We
We
were
were
at
the Abby Lee Dance Company attending a competition.
the way you didn't want Kathy to treat you and talk to you
No, no,
is
no,
the
no,
reason
no.
why I wasn't here for those 2 weeks.
Kathy doesn't bother me at all. It was my behavior reacting to Kathy and reacting to you and reacting
And what I'm
to
telling you is
all
that's
the
why
idiots
I
in the
wasn't
world.
here to
Oh, and
react
I
to
am a
you.
professional, and I will remain a professional. And that's the way it goes. I don't owe anyone an explanation. What's past is past. I need to worry about the future and the road to nationals. I need the girls to get in here and start rehearsal. You are in one of the world's best places for entertainment. There are more shows employing more dancers than on Broadway right now. Last week, you had a big win. I love the routine Black and Blue. And although I wasn't present for the competition, you told the story. Everybody saw it, everybody got it.
Abby, can I have a quick question before you get to the pyramid? Just in general, how did you go about creating the pyramid since you weren't at the last 2 competitions?
Well, I know the results of the last 2 competitions. We get the score sheets from every competition and the comment sheets. So I obviously know how everyone did, but last week I was in rehearsal.
Okay.
I worked on the numbers.
I do not believe the excuse Abby's giving us for why she was away. But you know what? She's here now, and Nationals is 2 weeks away, and we just need to focus on that and winning and move on.
Paige, until you start to improve a big amount in the technical area, you're not gonna be moving up that pyramid. And next, Brooke. Brooke, you did a solo in Ohio. You were 4th. You never used to be 4th. Last year, going into nationals, you were really strong. You won a national title. As of today's date, you're still holding on to that title.
I think you should go back and look at the choreography from that dance that she did at Title, and then go back and look at her choreography in Ohio and compare the 2. And that's why she got 4th.
Kelly always has some lame excuse on why her kids don't win. Well, you know what, Kelly? It's time that you and your kids own up to your own losses. Next, we have Nia. Now, Nia, it's almost like your mind wants it and it's there, but your body isn't listening yet. It's not fixing the problems itself. So my advice is keep doing what you're doing, and someday it's gonna click.
So she shouldn't be discouraged that she's at on the bottom of the pyramid.
No, it's gonna take more work.
Okay.
Whatever you're doing, double it. And next, we have Kendall. Kendall, you're inconsistent. Your facial expressions and your emotion and just your intensity is so much better in class, in rehearsal, than it is on stage. I don't know what's gonna happen with you about nationals.
This is really a hard place for me to be as a mom. I know that Kendall performs better in the studio than she does on stage. All the more reason for Abby to give Kendall more solos.
And next we have Mackenzie. She is not here this week. She needs to learn. There are consequences for your actions. Mackenzie has made too many careless mistakes. Now, I realize that the duet won last week, but it doesn't matter. All eyes were on Asia. That's why I'm sitting Mackenzie out this week. She needs to learn that this is not a shoo-in because her older sister is Maddie.
I think Abby's picking on Mackenzie because Nationals is just right around the corner and she really wants Mackenzie to compete.
This is 2 weeks before nationals. I don't need sloppy mistakes. And next, we have Asia. You and Mackenzie won the overall high score duet. Christy, Asia is improving.
I think so.
And we have Maddie. Maddie, you could be on the top of the pyramid every single time. Outstanding. What is next for you? We all know that Maddie is a phenomenal dancer, but she needs to start setting her goals a little higher. I want to see her work towards the future. And on the top of the pyramid, congratulations to Chloe. Chloe, I know it was only 3/10 of a point. It could have been 1/10 of a point. It doesn't matter. You beat Zach.
And your highest scoring elite junior soloist is Chloe with act number 22.
I think more than anything, Chloe being on top of the pyramid means something to her, and she needs to know that she really is a good dancer, and this shows her that.
Now, this is a rough pyramid because I have to get tough. Nia, you weren't in the group routine. When the routine first started, the one struggling with the movements was Nia. Nia, what are you doing? Where's your focus on that? I am making the executive decision to pull Nia out of the group. This is a wake-up call. Any single one of you. You may not always automatically be in the group.
Abby's making up reasons for pulling Nia from the group, and it's infuriating. And absolutely infuriating because it's all on her. It was her decision and it was a wrong decision.
Next, Kendall, you were second. You know how I feel about second. And next, we have Kalani. Kalani, I'm still seeing technical issues. I want you to work your way back up to that top of the pyramid. Understand?
Kalani and Chloe's duet was first overall. This whole pyramid thing, it has nothing to do with what you did at the competition at all.
And next, we have Mackenzie. You had to work on all your music while you were learning that routine, and you did it. You went out there, and you looked great, according to my people. Chloe, you worked with Kalani. It was victorious. Next, Maddie. Once again, you proved yourself. You didn't have a solo, but you went out there in that group dance, and you were the lasting impression on those judges.
Thank you.
That pyramid was kind of kooky and a little bit crazy.
I don't agree with it. I never agree with pyramid, but I really disagreed with that.
It's totally arbitrary where she wants to place people on a pyramid. And today I thought was a clear indication, if ever, I'm putting people on a pyramid wherever I choose. That's what she did. I think Nia didn't deserve to be on the bottom of the pyramid. Her placement deserved higher than being last in the pyramid.
You may have been the highest scoring junior group there, but in our eyes, that was not an ALDC performance. You had one goal, come here and dance together as one. And I didn't see that. There were 7 soloists on that stage.
One of Abby's concerns is that we don't dance together, but all these other teams have been dancing together for like years, and we've been dancing for less than a week, so I don't think it's that fair.
All right, we're moving on to the pyramid. At the bottom of the pyramid, Hannah. The turns look weak. I don't want a weak link. Next. Presley. When you do a toe lift, back bend, back walk over, do not step down on your foot.
It would have been nice to be higher on the pyramid. Being here at the ALDC is life-changing.
I used to be a dancer for the New York Knicks. You know, we're perceived as the cute faces, but not much going on, and that's not true. I know more than people think, and maybe more than what I let on.
My mom corrects me when I'm dancing, but overall, she's really supportive of me.
I really shouldn't correct her, but I can't help it sometimes. Because I overhear the teachers saying things, and, you know, if I don't think that she's really making the correction, it's just a reminder. It's not really a correction. It's just a reminder.
Next, Lily. The favorite was third. Lily, you were the lead, but yet you stepped out on that stage and you slipped. From that moment on, your musicality was fast.
I feel like I had a lot of pressure on me because, like, when we were in Pyramid, you said that I'd never let you down, and I feel like I just let you down.
You did.
It was an acro clown dance. Nobody thought that that dance was gonna win anything the whole week.
Brady didn't get to dance in a trio, but I'm not sitting here like complaining about it.
Yeah, we were so happy to be put into a dance instead of being on the sideline. So be happy that she was in a dance.
This is her 4th season competing with Abby. She deserves a little more than happy to be in a dance. Lily sat out half the weeks, not dancing at all. So I don't want to really like hear that. Oh, Lily's lucky to dance? Why? You're all lucky to dance.
This is supposed to be a fresh start.
It's a fresh start for all of you guys. It's not a fresh start for her.
It was supposed to be a fresh start for you too, but it seems like you keep revisiting the past. They all earned a spot in the room. What they do with it from this point forward is up to them.
Correct. Sarah will take any dance you want to give her, whatever style you want to give her, any week.
Yeah, and that's how we were second week too. But we're on week like 100.
Maybe you're too bitter to be here.
Enough. Enough.
Stacy thinks Lily's too good to do acro. And she seems like she thinks Lily's too good to dance with our kids.
On stage, I wasn't the one that messed up. Lily's the one that fell out of her aerial.
Stacy must have forgotten that.
Lily, do we deserve things or do we earn things?
Thanks.
We earn things. Do not for 1 second sound ungrateful. Next, on the bottom of the pyramid, Savannah. I saw some growth. I saw improvement. I need to see more. Moving up, Sarah. You did well. Sarah is not lazy. She has that Pittsburgh work ethic. Next, we have Brady. I think you improved emotionally, but the dancing was timid. The attack that you had in rehearsal wasn't there on the stage. And at the top of the pyramid, Janine. You stayed focused and you performed.
I really thought that Brady was going to be on the top of the pyramid this week. You know, he is the best dancer on the team, so this is crazy.